Hey everybody, this is DM Mike, and this is the next prep video for DOIP. Here I'm looking at the map of Phandalin because I am going to change it. Now I know what you're saying, Mike, you're 5 weeks into the adventure. Why do that now? Well, I've had a change of heart when it comes to the map. The map is good, it's serviceable, it's general, it's kind of generic, it works for what it is. I know a lot of people are using it like I am, and we're using it most likely in Theater of the Mind. But I kind of wanted to go in and change all that. I really wanted to have buildings to go into and maybe alternate locations. So I set out to recreate this map. Now, not one-to-one, because it's just too big, and I just don't want to do all that. I find it unnecessary. Phandalin's actually kind of small. It's like just a cluster of buildings, and all the rest of it is just like the grassland and trees. So I wanted to take some of this to create just more interiors, basically, and I did that with Dungeon Draft. So let's go ahead and look at that. Okay, here we are in Dungeon Draft. This is still a work in progress, like I said, not one-to-one. But here, I'm kind of zoomed in at 100% here into Phandalin. Let's see, I'm trying to remember how to do this. Okay, here we go. And this is like the town square here, so very similar to, if I can find that thing here, this little area in here. Things I've changed is the shrine. I've actually made it into, where's it at here? More of a small temple that's being constructed. You can see here, I've tried to, pull back, not to do too many details, because that's the trap of this program. To be honest with you, you can get sucked into doing all the details, and it gets a little crazy. But here is the main square, so the main area. And in my campaign, things are still under construction. So you have these wood piles, all kind of everywhere, just everywhere, crates everywhere. This is the mining store, which I kind of flipped on the map by accident and just ran with it because I just didn't feel like starting over. But here you can see all the different, let's zoom in just a little bit here. All the little details you can put in, all these different rocks and minerals and whatnot. And here's the desks areas where they make transactions. Over here, I added in a jail, just a very, very small jail. They could, house 6 people, because even in frontier towns, things can go bad pretty quickly. Here, Carson, he's my sheriff, old Carson, can hang out in his office. Down here is really where a lot of people will spend a lot of time, which is the main town hall. Looks like I forgot to put a door in, so I have to go in there and change it. This is not even finished yet. It's still a work in progress. But they can come in here, and there's like storage areas. There's a bathroom here. There's fireplaces. And they come in these main halls. And in here are like different offices. So in here is like some spare weapons. Over here is a bunch of resources. This is, just this is actually Carson's office over here. And this is just for somebody else. I can't remember the name, but the person at the Shrine of Luck. And this is Wester's office. And you can see he's got a chest here, a lot of scrolls, a lot of busy work stuff, right? A little fireplace. So he's got a little posh, a little bit nicer. Out here, more crates and different things. The roads I'm kind of building in. And again, to sell the idea that this is a frontier town, it's being constructed. I have a lot of areas just like this that have some wagons full of wood and whatnot, and they're working on it. Way over here is the inn. I forgot what it's called in the game. But it's the inn, they've got a lot of crates and barrels and different things. Everything here is, I wanted to make sure everything was kind of like somewhat functional and organized, but there's just so much junk everywhere because we're trying to build this place out. So here's even more construction over here as they're trying to, I don't know, something new, some building, probably residential section. They've knocked down a couple trees. Here's a huge construction site over here where they're just, I don't know, building something else. There's like a little small corral for a lot of the horses. And here is the armor shop, which is, I kind of decked it out. They really wouldn't have this much stuff here. Let's zoom out just a little bit. I'll go to 100%. But you can see here they got horse stalls, and they can sell just a little bit basic armor. Out here are more kind of just storage areas. And you can practice firing arrows over here. There's like a little wooden fence to keep things secure. And again, more, I think that's the same construction actually. More wood piles and whatnot. There again is the temple. And let's see, down here, I've started, I think this is where I kind of ended up. Let's go here. I've got little small spots where you got town buildings, and they're very small. They're 4x4, so they're 5x5 squares, right? So there's not a lot, they don't have a lot of luxury. But you can, again, go in here and just add all kinds of things, like fireplaces, wood, bookshelves, a little teddy bear sitting there, chests. There's a bed, obviously, and of course they've got construction stuff all over the place. Let's go back to 75%. You can go up here. Here's another store. This is the good store, which should be in the upper right, I believe. But I changed it and brought it over here. Here is the blacksmith area. He's kind of close to the main square, kind of off the beaten path a little bit. And around him, of course, are more residential sections being built over here. I put in little small ponds here and there just for, I don't know, atmosphere and aesthetics. But this is it, guys. I'm starting over here right now. So I got a few more houses I want to put in. This is where Wester's house would be. There's a smaller settlement right here of minor houses. And, of course, more construction going on right here. Let's go. Maybe we can go to like 100 and... No, I don't want to go out. I want to go out 33%. Okay. Oh, and I forgot about the graveyard. I felt like, well, you need to have a graveyard, right? So let's go down. Is there a better way to do this? No. Okay. So here's where the graves are. Not many. I mean, they've lost a few people in the mines and with the orcs and different things that are going on. So let's zoom back out to about 33%. And here you can kind of see everything, right? It's, I'm not building the whole town out because it just takes too much time and energy, and it just won't look good on the tabletop simulator. That's where I'm going to port it, because it'll be too much details. And I have to zoom in so much that the image will start to lose its resolution. So the only thing I'm going to be doing now is adding just a few more details to the houses down in here, and I'll probably be done. So I would encourage you to do this. You know, what it does is it allows more option for players, players who, especially, come on, like your thieves and whatnot, they're going to want to go in and snoop around. I'm going to put Fog of War in areas that have not been explored. Most of these areas have been, but like, you know, they don't need to know that there's armor and weapons in here. They don't need to know about all the extra storage here, right? So those will just have some Fog of War until, if at all, they send somebody in to look for it, right? And that's most likely going to be your mischievous characters, your halflings or your thieves and whatnot. So all this does is just create more opportunity, right? Just more opportunity for characters to do things and for a DM to tell a story. So this is what I am prepping this week, Phandalin. I am again doing it through Dungeon Draft. You can find it on Humble Bundle. It's pretty cheap, but it's still in early access, so you know anything can go wrong. But it's updated once or twice a month, and it's, you know, this is base program right here. This is all base stuff that comes with it, and look how much I have built out. So it could be a lot of fun. And I'm going to go into Affinity Photo, take this, and I'll add more highlights and shadows. I've shown that in other videos. You can go check those out. And it'll be pretty detailed. So I got a game this Friday, so I got to get it done by then. All right, guys, that's it. See you in the next one.